Ba-da-da, da-da-da, covered in bees and covered in teeth. Ah! Something like that, I'm guessing. Ooh, I stepped on a little piece of plastic. Maybe not. That might be a piece of granola. Hard. Poked my foot. That's what you guys come here for. Bring the real. Alrighty. Oh boy, 6:44. I'm 4 minutes late. I'm sorry, everyone. That's fucking rad. What the fuck is that? Trans Crusade something? I'm all about that life. Live. Hello, friends. Alrighty. Doing it live. Look at that. I'm blind. All right, I'm in the process of cleaning up because pretty much I got done last night and I was like, man, I'm kind of tired. A little mentally drained, I think. And that was definitely a learning lesson that cannot sit down and automatically know how to play a game just because I've played something very, 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 very much like it many, 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 many times. So Merkborg, absolutely. I'm pretty confident that I can just start playing Merkborg and figure it out on my own at any point in time because I played Merkborg so much. And I've ran so many, I don't know how many times I've ran Blackrot Sludge. I was talking about that at Adepticon, and that is something I wish that I had gotten. If I had more time, I think if I had stayed like in a hotel that was like connected to the convention center, which I think next year, that's probably something I want to do. There we go. I really like this little map. It definitely gives me the little vibe of like, I'm so excited to make gaming aids for this. Like really, really excited. It's going to be fun. And I want to make sure. I think that's good. Let me. Nope. Where you at? Where you at? Wait. Here? Perhaps? Right there? Yeah, that looks good. I think. Here's my hand. Let me show it to you. And yeah. I think that looks good. I need to figure out why YouTube's doing this shit buffer like up in my window. Just like Oh. Actually, I think I might know. That might be something on my settings. But yeah. Okay. So I've got my little area cleaned off here. And I am definitely gonna probably just start working on that. Gluing the top of this back on here. So get my hot glue gun. It's not gonna be a very I don't think I want to fuck with that right now. This is a good enough amount of light, right? Fuck it. This thing is such a pain in the ass. And I'm so close. We're so close. Yep, that part's about to fall now. There we go. Hot Daniel, as they say. So, I'm gonna be working on. I need to get my hot glue gun. Smack. Map, map. Talking to myself. Got a lot of shit to say. Alright. So, hot glue gun. First step. Second step. This guy. Third step's just gonna be these. Got a little caddy. Fill a little caddy. It's like a little caddy. Good boy. Another thing that I did yesterday. A couple things. So, I'm going to be looking at Acropolis. Number one, holy fuck, Martin. Your art gets me so fucking pumped, bud. Like, I've ranted about it in the event that, someone's like, hey, Eli was talking about how much he loves you. They're right. I love you so much, Martin. You're a wonderful, wonderful guy, and you make wonderful, wonderful art. Holy fuck. Like, if you just pay Martin to draw or paint or do whatever for your games, I will probably want to play them, and so will a lot of other people, because fuck, his art is just so good. And I am actually really, really, really excited. For those of you that have been following me for a while, I was fortunate enough. Last year, Martin was selling a couple of pieces that were. I think he only made 8 of them, but it is a scene of a rat knight fighting a bunch of little critters fighting in the woods, and it is on a very ivory paper, and the only color. Okay, I assumed it was going to be this guy, but it was not. So, fuck me. We're just going to keep it like that. So, the reason that this is an issue is, again, keep in mind, I rewired the whole house. So, choosing where I want my outlets to be over here is kind of it can be an issue when I don't fully have the entire basement shop planned out. When I'm initially setting everything up, kind of like these big cabinets that are behind me. I'm really stoked to move forward with this plan, because it is actually, I do believe, going to give me more room in the shop, as well as it's going to make our basement more functional. In the shop, it's going to make the shop so much more functional. I think I'm probably going to be working on that today, because while I do have a lot of other things I need to work on, that seems like it's going to be a pretty quick, big quality of life improvement. And what I'm talking about is I have ironically, the last thing of I should probably, not I probably should be, but I am on a list. They are watching the things that I purchased from my bad decisions. At one point in time, I got really into, I'm still really into hydroponics. I love the idea of hey, what do we do when the sun dies? Well, we don't really need it. We can just live inside, and grow our crops with water and fake sunlight and that kind of stuff, which that's not true. If the sun goes out, we are fucked. Anywho, I've always loved the idea of being able to do something by your own terms. Unfortunately, all the things that you need to grow vegetables and crops, and also mushrooms. I really like mushrooms. And I'm not talking psychedelics. I've actually never done that. I love all kinds of edible mushrooms that you eat, though, for food. And that's another thing that, good morning, possum. How are you? My sweet, sweet possum. Talking about basement flavors. I think the fire spear is a Chinese fire lance. A spear with a flamethrower on it. Fuck, that's awesome. That's so awesome. I was thinking that it was a ballistic spear. When I initially read it, I was like, a fire spear? I was like, is this? And then I saw that it had Man, I just goofed that up all sorts. I was trying to like, wait, hold on a minute. I think my camera is also dirty as fuck. I think I need to clean my camera. Yeah, I'm starting to think that's a thing. Wow. Okay, that's better. So I was talking about how much Martin makes me want to just play any game that he puts art in. Because, oh my god, I remember when he was posting a lot of these, but who boy, they're so good. This one especially, I'm like, man, I want to make a little chunk of this city. I love it. I love it. And I love this little guy. Who boy, a bunch of little creepy little goofs. I love goofs. We all know this. Anywho, I was talking about mushrooms. Also, your last 3 characters rolled too much shit. Oh, did they? Oh no. What did I do wrong? They rolled too much shit. That's fine. Was it... I wonder what I overrolled. Was it like... their intros and stuff? Or shit. Oh, maybe I was only supposed to roll on one of those shit things? Or maybe I don't roll on the shit. So, when you roll a nothing on the first table, you roll a d6. And then either get a scroll or a lobster. Or lobster armor and nothing else. Okay. When you roll on nothing on the first table, you roll a d6. Let's take a peek. Because I'm curious now. I'm never going to be able to not think about something else right now at this moment. Yeah, we can fix that. That hot glue gun is on, right? Hell yeah. That's working on right now. It's working on it right now, I tell you what. So let's fix this shit. All right, Possum, we got to get in here and we got to doctor this. We got to doctor up all of our documents. We got to make this shit look legit before anybody realizes how goofy we are. Oh no, wait a minute. All this is recorded. Okay. Glue sticks. Thumper was our first. Our first child. So they... Oh, I bet I know now. So when you roll a nothing on the first table, you roll a d6 and they either get a scroll or a lobster armor and nothing else. Okay. Thumper should be good. Grab your shit. D6 things to carry. If you rolled 2 or lower, don't roll any more shit. Roll d6. Okay. Man. Hey, you know who didn't read all of this? It's me. In my defense, and kiss your mom goodbye. Don't tell me what to fucking do with my mom. Don't tell me to kiss my mom. Man, yeah, no, I'm really down. I'm really down for this. Okay, so they... Wow, I guess... If that's the case, then... So they don't have ammo box or a pocket full of bent nails. And they... Yeah, okay. Good catch. It's the kitty patootie behind the camera. What? Is it me? Or wait, no. Oh, well, it was probably Kelly. Kelly was very distracting last night. But I love it. A bandolier. Okay, so whoever has the bandolier, yes, you're correct. Thumper. Thumper is good. Ammo box, that was a 4. So Stealthy Whispers the Knell, you don't have that shit. You don't got no shit. You don't got nothing. Get out of here. Okay, so, but these rowdy boys, so musk oxen, so no shield and no raw piece of slag. But that also means that they don't have to have shock because they did not have as much shit. So they would only be on 1 shock. Thumper is still 2 because Thumper, I think, had enough shit that it would still be 2. Speedball had 11, 20 foot of barbed wire. So they did not have enough shit that they had to get +1. But they would not have had the 20 foot of barbed wire because they rolled nothing on there. So yeah, they rolled nothing. And then I think, where's the 20 foot of barbed wire? This is Speedball. Speedball rolled nothing. How did they get... I don't know how I fucked that one up. How did they get 20 foot of wire, but they didn't get anything over here? Scoped. Impact 1. Night Stalker. Okay. Nothing. So, nickname Speedball. I don't know. I probably just fucked it up. Oh, wait, do they have... Oh, no, they had a War Scroll because they did not get that with their other thing, I don't think. Unless... Is there anything that tells you that they get a... No, there's absolutely nothing here that would let them get a random War Scroll. We got that because I think we rolled 12 War Scroll random, and that's how we got black candles. So no more black candles for you, and I'm fine with that. They love over drinking and overindulging in drink until passing out, but their gas mask is melted to their face and it still works. So I just love that they have their favorite thing is just pouring all this whatever it is that fucks them up into this gas mask, and they're just drinking it like that. That's how I imagine it anyway. Classic Speedball. Boop, boop, boop. Yeah. Thank you, Possum. So we got that fixed. Got the ship fixed. Roll scores. Thumper has Magnum Opus, so no one else has. Yeah. Man, I'm so glad. Sarcasm. Yeah, it's good. That's my new drag name. Sarcasm. They could still have it if they roll a random Morse scroll. Oh, I think it was just because they rolled 12, but they rolled a 2 for nothing first. So it was I didn't get anything, and I went over to the other spot, and then I rolled a 12, and that's where it was. Yes. So his shock should be 1 too, because that's where the other 12 came from, because it was 11, which is 20 feet of barbed wire, 12, so that's 20 something, so he would have been 20, so he would have been +1 shock. Because I was kind of disappointed that none of them started with 3. Because I was like, oh man, yeah, we got some +1s. We're going to get a 3 in here. Someone's going to start real ready to get rowdy. But no. Now Thumper has still got 2 shock. Thumper has seen some stuff. Run around with a sawed-off shotgun with a single shell in it and a bandolier, an empty bandolier. Thumper is getting me stoked. I'm pumped about all these characters. I really like Stealthy Whispers the Nail, aka Sticky. Now, I'm wondering if they call him Sticky because he physically is just sticky. I kind of feel like that's the case. Or because he sticks to things. I don't know. Or maybe he sticks to people. You're just like, man, this guy's always following us around. Well, maybe that's it. Maybe he's not even part of the group. He's just following around. They call him Sticky. I like that. That's fun. So, I think I already showed these, but this is also what I ended up purchasing, and I'm excited the most about this little guy, which I believe is called a timber wolf, if you fancy, and a mad cat if you're nasty. So I'm really excited about that. I haven't seen any of these. BattleTech like little dudes. And actually like gotten to play with them, put my hands on them. So, oh hey, that looks a lot like the one from Mech Assault. So does this. I think that's probably because it probably is. I'm assuming an Atlas or Prometheus. It looks like the same thing. I really would like to figure out the difference between BattleTech and MechWarrior. But that's so good. I think that was called a Catapult in Mech Assault or MechWarrior. Anywho, yes, if you are a proper clan warrior, I like cats. I know through Mech Assault that I can remember reading the lore that it was just like, oh, they're the same thing. But it depends on which side, I guess they were. It was called a Timberwolf by, I think, the actual people who made it, and everyone else misidentified it as a Mad Cat, if I'm understanding how the lore works. But yeah, so yesterday I found out that, man, I really love this game that my friend Steve made. And last night, exactly, okay, cool. So, yeah, last night I was just laying in bed, just looking at Necropolis stuff before I fell asleep. That's another reason why I'm tired. Well, I'm always tired. But I stayed up looking at Necropolis and Flames of Orion and trying to go to sleep, but not being able to, because instead all I was just thinking about was making little mechs and making little skeleton dudes ad nauseum. And I remember seeing this picture actually being taken at the Mysterian event. This is on one of the boards that Bill made. One of the boards that Bill made, and those are Isaac's little mechs, and they are wonderful in person. They really do. Their computers confuse it with a Marauder and a Catapult, and their call signs together are mad. That's so awesome. I love that. That's the kind of stuff I love. I reached out to Steve yesterday and told him that I was absolutely in love with this book, and I want to help in any way that I can and be a part. And the same thing, I mean, that goes with all these games. You know what they say. Easy come, easy go, baby. So today I'm probably going to fix those lights, though. Because at this point, it's like almost maybe like a safety thing. I don't know what you're thinking, but Eli, you already had these nice fancy lights that you purchased. And it's like, yeah, but those are like to like make me. That was dramatic. It was. I'm a little bit dramatic. Perhaps. Yeah. Alrighty. This looks better already. Wham. Yeah. Boop, 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 boop. Right there. Yeah, that's good. Now my little face is right here. Okay. So. Oh, it's that time of day again. I just do this for hours while crying in the dark. No, I need to be gluing these little guys on here while I'm talking about Necropolis and BattleTech and Flames of Orion and all the other games that I'm like, man, I really want to play that. But talking to Steve, don't forget to roll it for your scrolls or lobster armor on your dudes at some point. Okay, scrolls or lobster armor? I didn't read that. You're right. What's lobster armor? That sounds silly. Okay, if you rolled a 2 or lower, don't roll any more shit. Okay, I didn't read the whole thing again after you told me. I'm sorry, Possum. I'm just a goober. Don't tell Kelly I admitted that. I'll never admit it. I'm not a goober. Okay. So, you need to roll those things. I'll do it right here. That way, there's no question of integrity. Got too many maps. I like these stickers. I think they're for updating the map as I go, which I love that. At one point in time, this is hard to believe. I looked it up. It's a layered plate chess piece used in World War I. People thought it looked like lobster carapace. Oh! So like, almost like our DZ armor. That's awesome. Okay. Lobster armor. Okay, so, yes, so lobster armor, it would be one of the, that would be, I've not heard that term before. That's wonderful. Thank you, Possum. That is, I've never heard of that. But I can see at least a couple in my head, like a couple of different pieces of armor that absolutely, they're layered like a carapace. And that's great. And that's, again, this is another, I love that because good morning, Eric. Welcome. Possum is helping me clean up what we rolled up last night. So this one, speedball, flush. Thumper is good. If you rolled a 2 or lower, don't roll any more shit. Roll d6. On a 1 to 4, gain a random Morse scroll and kiss your mom goodbye. On a 5 to 6, gain tier 4 lobster armor and kiss the world goodbye. Okay, so. So, flush. They rolled a 2. Or they rolled a 1 or a 2. They rolled nothing. So they got a bandolier. Oh no, so do I keep rolling? What? Where do I go over into this other? Okay. Huh. So, trying to psych myself up to work another day at Comstar. You're working at Comstar now? Is Comstar a real thing? Comstar. Where's Comstar the, I feel like that's probably BattleTech. It's probably the BattleTech telecom thing, if I had to guess. I've not remembered that enough. No, that's the BattleTech thing. Okay, cool. Dudes, so here's the thing, like, I am really, really excited that we're like a month in and I have found a way to void GW out of my life and, like, praise Blake. And, like, use all of their models. Like, not to be like, oh, yeah, I'm going to make a game where it shows people how to, or not a game, but I want to make a channel, a community that I show people how to not only spend money in this hobby. And that's absolutely what I want to do. Unfortunately, that does involve me spending some money. But, I mean, it's not like I don't want BattleTech little mechs. That's not a problem. That's man, me in the corner up here, like behind this little screen, just like wiggling, just like, I'm just like, man, what's that guy doing? He looks fun. He looks silly. Okay, so if you rolled a 2 or lower, don't roll any more shit. So, flush. Flush, no, there's no question. It's probably my favorite. I mean, when you show up with 2 musk ox and one of them is named Sarcasm, like sarcasm, and the other's named Dragline, and you're running from the hangman, oh man, I'm all about that life. I'm all about flush. I want to know. And they're like, hey man, you need a scaffold built to do some hanging? I'm your boy. I can build damn near anything. I'm here with flush. This is good. 3. So 3. On a 1-4, gain a random Morse scroll and kiss your mom goodbye. So I don't roll over here. What would make me roll over here then? Oh, if you rolled 2 or lower, don't roll any more shit. Roll d6. On a 1-4, gain a random Morse scroll and kiss your mom goodbye. And then I guess you come over here. On a 5 to 6, gain the tier 4 lobster armor and kiss the world goodbye. I don't know. I don't know. If you rolled anything but a 1 or 2. Okay. So, thanks. I have a hard time with instructions sometimes. I rolled a 3, so they get a war scroll. So, flush, random war scroll. And then, so, to keep that fair, then I misunderstood. So, small shield, I rolled that up. So technically they still do have those things because I rolled that over here. Or did I roll too much shit? I rolled a 3. So they get a random scroll. But I don't roll it, but I do roll more shit because I didn't roll a 1 or 2. So yeah, so they should still have those things if we're cool with that. That I did roll up for them on those tables last night. Which is a small shield. And a, fuck, what did that say? A raw piece of slag. Okay, well, with that said, so this guy does still have those things, and that still would be a 2, because then they still do get their thing, and they get a war scroll. Okay, so I think I'm doing it right now. I initially did this, and I didn't roll that, so they could have not gotten that, but he does get that. And a war scroll. If you rolled 2 or lower, don't roll any more shit. Okay. No, he doesn't roll any more shit. I'm getting hung up in the if A, then B. If B, then yes. If you rolled 3 up. Okay. So I did. I did it again. Okay. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not. It's, yeah. I'm going to say, who knows, you know? Oh, shit. What did I just do there? Raw piece of slag. Huh. Okay. So, let me just go. Yep. You roll 3 up on the table, then you get to move on to table 2 and 3. Yes. And you get the random war scroll. 1 through 4. 4, 5, 6. Okay. Yes. Yes. No. Wait. Did I do it wrong? If you rolled a 3 up. So. Margot, I know I'm upsetting Possum and Eric and everyone else, and you also are getting upset. I think they are supposed to have. That's table 1, subsection A. Okay. So, table 1, subsection A. I got nothing. But then I rolled, and Margot, hi. So I need to get a war scroll. Wait. If you roll 2 or lower, I don't get those. I'm understanding now. I'm so sorry, Possum. I'm so sorry, Eric. I'm so sorry, everyone. Oh boy, it's see, this is why I'm like, I gotta understand. It's all about process, because if I don't understand where the problem is, then my brain's just like, oh, I get it. It's just like, no, we gotta go back to the very first. You gotta stop and read that. If you rolled 2 or lower, don't roll any more shit. I rolled it like a 1 or 2, so I don't roll any more shit. Then I roll another dice. Wow, lobster armor looks kind of neat, like a cross over the chest, overlapping segment of plates at the bottom. So yeah, so I'm getting a. It reminds me. I'm gonna have to look up. I'm gonna look up pictures right now. It reminds me, based on what you guys are saying, of some armor I've seen from the RDT. Wait a minute. I'm blind. I know that was a old cut at yeah, so RDT armor. I think those might be. Are those RDT? Those are German. Okay, so no, it's just German trench raider armor. But the RDT, they wore armor that looked a lot like that. World War One. RDT. Yeah, the RDT. Yeah, they've got armor that's similar. Just a lot of that steel. God, I can't.
That would suck so much. I can't. That's not funny to laugh at. It's awful. It's absolutely awful. But Jesus Christ, it would suck to even just be in that. It looks so uncomfortable. Like, where even are you, child? Margot, all the lights have fallen. I'm aware that they're fallen. Where are you though? You're just in the dark screaming. Hey, you want to come over here and hang out and be part of the stream? Instead of sitting in the, what does it say on the back there? Oh, never mind. Wow, lobster arm looks so neat. Yeah, no, I like that. I like that a lot. Okay, and also come here. You lost your floor privileges. Not allowed to hang out on the floor anymore. You have to come sit with Dad. No, I'm so upset. I didn't want to sit with Dad at all. Hi, Possum. Hi, Eric. What you think? I want to be a Distillery witch. Mm-hmm. Made in a little factory, like a little cake. Yeah. Okay. Anywho, Marco. So I'm in the middle of frustrating Possum. So yeah. Okay. Now I understand. Man, that was rough, guys. I'm sorry. Also, I'm not gonna touch that hot glue gun. I touched it yesterday, and I got this, and it's fun. It's not. Kind of hurts. So, War Scroll. I need to roll a random War Scroll. So, Margot, I agree. If your father can brood in the dark, you should be able to too. I can't stress enough. It's not the brooding in the dark, because I am a brooder, and I raise brooders. It's the screaming. Yeah, he kept moving the if from the if then to after the then. That's it. It's my brain was just like, oh no, I understand. It's just like, dude, you didn't read the whole sentence. It's like, yeah, I don't need to. You do. Come on, man. Like, yeah, no. So sorry about that. Thank you for bearing with me on that. I need to roll up, but that will go a lot quicker for the other two now. Come on, trench foot. One. Napalm. Apparently Arditi was the Italian variant. Okay, yeah. That completely tracks then. So just like early stormtrooper armor, which absolutely looks like lobster, like a lobster carapace. I personally, I don't know this for certain, but I cannot look at it and not see it. And I mean, just based on where design aesthetics come from, I feel like Gravis armor from 40K, like the Space Marine Gravis armor, the new Terminators, the chest pieces specifically. I do that shit all the time when I read rules for the first time. Half the sentence, and I just assume the rest of the sentence. That's it. Like, and GW games are really where that fucks you. And I'm not just trying to pick on them. Like, I can't stress that enough. Like, I don't like to throw rocks. I don't like to talk shit. Like, if I talk shit, you've done something to upset me. And I guess that's it. Like, I love things way too hard. Like, to the point that, like, yeah, I'm excited. I'm so excited to do this insane roofing exercise of, tedium. There's just so much Margot hair in the world now. After her hopping up. But, yeah, I think once I realize something, I can't unsee it, and I can't change my mindset on it. But yeah, their rules, a lot of the rules are just a recycling of the rule and changing it slightly just to make any change at all, to just repackage a set of rules to have any difference. And making, like, I feel like it just has to be like that. You couldn't have play tested this. You couldn't have read through this. But those are the things where it's just like, oh, I read half the rule and I didn't, oh, wow, you're going to shingle that roof, aren't you? Yeah. If this is where I've gotten so far, and I've got to get my hot glue gun to warm up, but that is what I'm going to try to finish today, is finishing shingling this using the bottom parts of the popsicles sticks. Here at the Grimdark Distillery, we use all of the popsicle stick. Yeah, none of it goes in the landfill. So, napalm, 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 napalm. What is napalm? Extending your hand. Okay, napalm. Extending your hand, you issue commands with a fiery countenance. D3 creatures of your choice spontaneously combust and die in D4 turns. Their flames spread to all they touch. So I guess we just got an awesome power. Flush, you are only becoming more awesome. You have a fire spear and the ability to just burn things. Napalm. All right. Well, I love that. Speedball. Speedball rolled nothing. So, Speedball also gets to roll on the shit. Grab yo shit. They rolled nothing. Roll a d6 on the 1 to 4. Get a random more scroll. On a 5 to 6, get that lobster. Not to keep shilling for Battletech, but the rules have stayed something like 98% the same since the game came out in the 80s. So that is exactly what. Yeah, no, you don't have to worry about that. Like, awesome. Like, I'm already in. Like, I just needed with Battletech. I knew I'm gonna roll this just to so I can keep talking while I'm doing this. 3. That's a war scroll. Come on. I just want. I don't even know. I have not even read what Trenchfoot is. I just want it because it's called Trenchfoot. 13. Misfire. All ammo within 30 feet instantly explodes for D4 damage. Jesus Christ. No, you fool! You read it wrong. Does Stealthy Whispers the Knell roll for shit? Do not roll for firearms or armor. Yeah, so they still roll for shit. So they rolled nothing, as it should be. I can't stress that enough. That's where I was going with that, guys. I wasn't trying to not answer that. So 6. So they gain lobster armor. I really like that. Okay. Tier 4. Lobster armor. They can start with armor, right? They don't start it, but since I got it, I'm reading that as like that's fine. Like they just showed up. Tier 4 lobster armor. Okay. I think this is wonderful. A misnomer. Any deep water is deadly. So D8. Jesus. They're really fast though. Is this right? Can that be okay? Unknown. Roll ether to determine gifts and the coverings armor. Do not roll for firearms or armor. I mean, I don't personally see any issues with that could possibly come in. I mean, the character seems like it might be broken, but also I can't stress enough. Like I love that this character just seems like this thing that's just kind of following them, and it only just has a punch dagger. It's sticky. Do you think they secrete sticky goo through their plates? Oh yeah, I can only imagine that. Like, it says lobster armor. Okay, no, yeah, they get lobster armor. Nope, I love this. This it just has to be now because like that's. I kind of almost wanted to be like, oh, I imagine that like their lobster armor is like kind of part of them at this point. Like you're like that looks like metal, but you're like also. I feel like I saw a little bit of bleed the other day, not just blood on it, but like I saw some of it crack off and bleed. But I thought it was just like a piece of the chest piece. I like that. That sounds horrifying. Which that really I can't stress enough. My initial all the things that like I was frustrated and upset about with Trench Crusade and the like what you bring in from World War One. Like this is another good example. It's just like okay, there's just like a very specific some real Bloodborne Eldritch Slug shit. That is absolutely what I imagined. Like Bloodborne is my favorite game. Like it absolutely changed how I look at game design. And I say like it's my favorite game. Like it's I haven't played the board game, just the world. It is so just everything about that game. I could rant and rant and rant for hours about how much I love that and all the individual things that I love about it. Man, it just changed how I look at storytelling entirely, and just the way in which you can allow people to engage with you while trying to tell stories. It just had such a profound impact on me. Some real Bloodborne. Yeah, it's just I love Bloodborne. So anything that's like, oh hey, I'm gonna make this, like, if there is even remotely a chance we can get like a good little Easter egg or a nod to Bloodborne, it's going. Okay, come on now. Come on now, let me shingle you. But yeah, I burnt my arm on the hot glue gun yesterday while I was not paying attention. That's me being a goof. Don't be a goof. Don't burn yourself, kids. Also, kids, why are you watching this? This is not for you. Get out of here. No kids in the pool. Yes. So, Necropolis, I got really excited about that. And Flames of Orion, I got really excited about that. I messaged Steve and I was like, hey, I would love to be involved. And then he was discussing some other little grizzly guys that might be coming in. So I would love, I'm hoping to be involved in that later on, by Steve's choices. And until then, I'm just going to, again, be making things for other people's games, whether they want it or not, because I have to do that. It just happens. I didn't like sit down to write the lore for like my Emperor's Children or any of these other like armies that I've made over the 20-something years that I played Warhammer. I had to make them because I couldn't stop thinking about them. And that's just like one of the ways to get things out of my head sometimes, is to bring it physically into the world so it's not taking up space in there. I can just look at it. And I do that. It really has to be like okay, I can't stop thinking about that thing. I really got to make it. So that's that. I'm really excited though, because I feel like, and this is the where it comes from. I feel like, oh yeah, when you get out of an abusive relationship, I have like been in love with these worlds and these settings that like Games Workshop has provided me with for so long, and I have put so much of my time and myself into like coming up with stories and settings and like little worlds. And because of the way that they do things, the churn of product, as well as like just everything about the company's like how it functions, it's made to just constantly be on that grind. So I mean, I spent so much time working on lore for Phaeton because it was something that they like had not used in decades, thinking that it was safe to have that like kind of discredited when they like reclaimed it. And I realized that is that's part of it. That happens when you are making your Star Wars fanfic or whatever else. Like, oh yeah, I understand that is not something that I'm the only one that's had happen to. But when you've been doing it for so long, and I don't know, eventually you get really tired of doing it over and over and over again and trying to, especially when it's just like, yep, I want to make this space exactly what I want, to have a little bit of a reference to the world that they've built. But yeah, I think that was definitely one that like was like, okay, I got to deal with that. But the biggest one, I mean, it's just I can't unsee or unthink about things the way I've thought about them now, so I know that I won't be able to move past it and like go back to how I enjoyed it before. And that's fine, because that absolutely gives me it gives me like enough of a reason, enough of a boost, enough of an incentive to be like, hey, you know what, I'm I'm not like, I don't want to say angry is definitely a word. I am angry, but it's more of just I'm hurt. I'm just kind of saddened. It's just kind of a bad vibe, bad feel, and I just don't want to be associated with that kind of hang anymore. And there's just so many games out there right now. Like, we are in a renaissance of gaming, and there is no reason to let any company dictate, or anyone, like, fuck me. Like, if you really love Games Workshop, then that absolutely all means, like, keep doing what you want to do. I'm not trying to keep people from doing their stuff. I just want to make sure that other people do not fall into the same trap that I or my friends or other people have fallen into for decades. And that's thinking that there is nothing else, because there are so many other options. And other than Battletech, I mean, damn near everyone that I like, the people that make a game are like, oh yeah, no, you use whatever models you want. I don't care. I wanted to make a game and I want to have fun. And that's it. Once you, I think, see that, and having worked where I have worked, and having friends that I have, and the experiences that they have gone through, and the horrors of marketing, and what that can do to your mind if that's what you do as a job, where you just think about constantly undermining other people's thoughts to make money. It's a very negative mental kind of space to put yourself in, and I have had friends that have personally had like mental collapses because of that literal exact thing. That's why my friend Alan, shout out to my bro Alan, who's not allowed in the MoMA anymore. Fuck yeah. Like that, I would be fine to not be allowed in the Games Workshop section of Adepticon after any of the things that I've pulled. But the MoMA, that's a real, like, he put cheese on people. And it was when they had, I want to say it was called Bodies, but it was just a exhibit that there were just a bunch of naked people all throughout the MoMA. And he had been going on, it was just not a great time for him. And I love this story simply because it's just like, it is such an extreme spectrum of it's art, but it's just like, dude, yeah, you are not healthy. And again, it's just my oldest friend. So it's just like such self, like, you can see, I could see myself in him in this, but he pretty much had on like an absurdly expensive suit, and he went to the MoMA and he put cheese on the people. Like, they thought, I love it because they thought that he was part of it for so long, and that's why he did not get kicked out, is because he was wearing one of his brother's suits, which is, I mean, just like, I have no idea how much this suit costs, but his brother lives in Manhattan, and it is like a architect at probably the best like firm in our country. He lived in Manhattan, so of course. And then like my buddy just is like, yep, he gave me one of his suits, so I put on his suit. So he's just like, I go to the MoMA and I've got all this cheese, and I don't even remember what his whole concept was about, but it is right. He's not right. It's art is just insanity. All of it, the whole world is. But he was putting cheese on. He had a pair of tongs, and I think he was putting cheese on these people that were standing in the MoMA, and eventually he ran out of cheese. And then he ran out of, I think, manifestos. I think he also had manifestos that he was giving to people, like he was handing them to people while putting cheese on people. And then he went outside and he ran out of manifestos, so he went to the dumpster and he got a bunch of trash and he started writing on the trash. He put that in a garbage bag and he went inside. And that's about the time that they were like, that guy is not part of this exhibit. And they chased him, and eventually they caught him, and he stopped, and he was about to just like rip the bag of like all the trash everywhere and get it everywhere. And they're like, no. And he was like, I think I need help. It's just like, yeah, dude, that's very, very, very tragic. But it's just like, yeah, dude, marketing, like learning how to break people's minds to take advantage of them. If you actually think about what you're doing and you actually like understand the concepts and like don't try to, close your eyes and look away from it and take responsibility of what you're doing, it can be mind breaking. I was thinking about this. It's kind of like triangles. I cannot stress enough, and that is one of those things where it's just like, you know, I don't pretend like I have all the answers. I'm not even remotely gonna pretend like that. Shit, you know, we're all pretty aware that my grasp of what is real and what is not real is pretty lenient. But I will say, the thing I was thinking about yesterday is it's just like the moment that you like realize that the world is fucking triangles, like math, how much math is like embedded in the reality of our world. You just can't think about it. Like it's oh yeah, if you notice that, move past it, because that is absolutely. And I got into thinking about that from thinking about magic and thinking about, and I know that sounds like, man, Eli's really going off on the deep end here, which I've got like a minute. So this is just just stream of like consciousness. But I was just thinking about the concepts of alchemy and things like that, and how they became like a thing in our world before technology and these kinds of things. And I was thinking about, well, I mean, we still had technology technically, but it was not where it is now. And the concepts of magics and the concept of runes and all these things, and it's just like we absolutely, as far as ghosts, I'm not a guy. I don't believe in ghosts. I don't believe in magic. I don't believe in that kind of stuff. I'm very much a science guy. However, the other side of that is I cannot for a moment be like, oh yeah, like I know everything, because yeah, the concept that inside of like a shell of some animal in the ocean, every single one of them, there is a mathematical pattern, like that is exact, like in how their shell forms. It's just like, and it's triangular based. There's just too much like the golden rule. There's so many things like in our perceptions that are based on certain things that have been that way since long before. And I was just really rocking in the vibe of, at what point do you start to play in the, well, maybe technology went too far and maybe there was something back there, but it got covered up because there was so much other stupid shit being said that it was just like, yeah, no, that doesn't make sense. But if someone can understand like the true nature of things, I can see where the concept of alchemy came from, and that's really fucking rad. And that was just kind of where I was going. It was kind of a more, alchemy is like almost the kind of way that my brain could understand magic. It's just like, oh no, you have to understand that it's like there are laws of reality. It's just you don't really think about them like that. So almost kind of Full Metal Alchemist kind of. But yeah, I'm gonna go make coffee, guys. Thank you so much for just listening to me rant and rave. I'm going to eventually put some more shingles on here. I'm gonna be doing that today, but I keep talking and not doing it here. But again, thank you guys so much. Thank you for helping me fix up the character sheets. I cannot wait to play that. I'm gonna be working on the stuff for that, like in my head all day, all week. But thank you guys so much. I'm gonna go make some coffee. You all have a good rest of your day. Thank you so much for your time. Sit pretty and have a good one. I'll talk to you guys soon. Yes, and 49 Doom is open now. Go back 49 Doom. Thanks for the stream. Thank you guys. Take care.